everybody, this is D Hunter bringing another action figure review. Today we're going to be looking at the Neca Kenner Homage Aliens Space Marine Drake action figure. This is one of their Kenner inspired action figures. This is an homage to the old 90s Kenner line that I had when I was a kid. This is the Drake Marine action figure. They have not yet made a movie Drake, and I'm really hoping they'll do one in the near future. But this will do for now. So let's go and check out the packaging here. You can see the top aliens, just like the film and just like the old line from Kenner. Inside here, Space Marine Drake, Neca, done in old Kenner style, pretty cool. Ages 17 up, warning choking hazard. Here's a little drawn version of Drake. And then here he is. Looks like he comes with a smart gun and has some sort of blade at the top. He's got a radio attached to his face, some grenades on his chest, camo pants, looking pretty good. Side, not much going on here. Does say includes a Dark Horse comic. Other side, exact same thing. Bottom, there is a barcode in case anyone needs that, and some credits. And then backside here, we've got old style checklist like old Kenner action figures used to have. We've got a bunch of Kenner Neca alien figures, also some Kenner Predator figures. Then we've got some Alien vs. Predator arcade game figures, and then some of the Alien arcade game figures up top here. There's a collector's card of Drake if you want to cut it out of here, just like the old figures used to have. So with no further ado, let's open them up. And I did end up getting 2 of these figures. There's a lot I can do with an extra Drake figure. One of the first things I want to do is take his head off, replace my current custom Drake's head with this guy, because it's definitely going to look better than the one that I have. Alright, now that we got this figure out of the package, here he is with his accessories laid out. He does come with a Dark Horse collector's comic. I believe this is going to be a reprint of the same mini comic that came with the old Kenner figure. He's got some decals for the figure. He has his smart gun and a couple of different attachments. So this figure here is Private Drake, but it's based off the old Kenner line. It's not going to have the likeness rights of Mark Rolfstrom. Now, Neca did share some tweets, I don't know, a year and a half ago, between them and Mark. They were negotiating for his likeness rights to be able to make a legit movie Drake figure. We really never did hear if it worked out or not, but I'm betting they got one in the pipeline in the near future. Let's hope so anyway. So let's go and check out the figure. Like I said, doesn't really have the actor's likeness. The actor's hair was a lot shorter. He was closer to bald than this guy. This guy looks really angry. Look at his mouth, all lines on his face. But he does look good, and this is going to be a good placeholder for Drake until they make an actual movie version. He does have this harness on him with some grenades and some bullets. Looks pretty good. Nice muscles on his arms, gloves on his hands to hold that smart gun. Camo pants. The smart gun, you may notice, is permanently attached to his harness here. Camo pants. Green boots. Backside here. Pretty cool. Not really feeling the way his back is done. Can slide in there and it almost looks like some back fat. So overall, looking pretty good. It's been a long time since we've gotten a Marine from Neca. Even though it's not a movie version, I'm happy to have him. And here are both Drake figures with all their accessories laid out. Let's go ahead and look at the boring stuff real quick. Here's his comic. This is issue number 5. You can see Dark Horse. It's got Drake drawn on the front. We're getting close to a full set of these at this point. And then let's look at his decals. One here has his name on it. Another was American flag. There's Hazard. You can put them on your figure. You can choose not to put on your figure. You can put some on your figure. I like the different customizable options. And here he is, broken down as far as he can go, with all of his removable parts detached. And just so you know, you are not supposed to remove his harness. I tried to slide this thing off of him. Top parts come off no problem. Bottom parts started sliding over his hips, and it seemed like it was going to go okay, but it looks like the glue split at the front here. That is definitely not supposed to happen. I can put it back on him, put a little dab of glue in there, and shut it. but I definitely wanted to remove this from at least one of my Drake figures. So now let's go and check out his accessories. It's really just a smart gun with some attachments. Now this smart gun here, I must confess, I'm having a really hard time figuring out how to put it together. And I have a bunch of other smart guns. This one is a little bit different. First thing to look at, this little piece that will connect to the back of the figure. You can see the peg at the top there. So you can take the figure, notice this hole on his belt there. It's pretty obvious how this thing's going to attach. So I attached this piece to his back, got the peg all the way in there. I'm 100% sure I'm doing it right so far. But now we've got the smart gun here. This part here can attach to this clamp, absolutely no problem. They can connect. And then there's a clamp here which is permanently attached to this piece. And it's the same piece as here, and they don't connect. I don't really understand what you're supposed to do. On the previous release, it was different. It really just doesn't make sense. So here's a custom Smart Gunner Marine. This guy here utilizes some of Vasquez's parts. So you can check out his smart gun here. On the side, the armor isn't quite fully attached as his body's a little bit bigger than Vasquez's, but it's done the same way. So the base here, a little bit different than his, but as it moves forward, we've got the same base piece here that Drake has, and this one has a clamp attached directly to it. It can be pulled off and then reattached, and that would be just fine here, but this one, the clamp is permanently attached to what appears to be pretty much the same piece here, so you can't attach it to that. And these things don't really connect, it just doesn't make any sense. And then this guy's here, clamp attached to here, and it's attached to the next segment, and then attached to the gun. Here, it's attached to this, which doesn't help me for this. Then it's attached to the next segment, attached to the gun. Just like the previous release, this is the part that really ruins the whole thing. Don't understand what this is for. If this wasn't here, I could just simply clip this to this and everything would be fine. This piece here just makes no sense. So here he is holding his smart gun. It does look good, even though I don't seem to have it put together properly. Side here, still got this extra segment. I just really put it next to the other one, and it looks okay that way, but I can't imagine that's what they wanted you to do. It just does not actually connect to each other. And so on my other Drake, it's pretty much the same thing. So let's just start at the smart gun here. We've got this clip. You can attach it to this. And it all has articulation, no problem. Then at the base here, attach it to the next piece. And on my first Drake, it almost seems like these parts are glued together, but this one doesn't have that issue. So I can attach this piece to it, great. Or I can just bypass that and attach it to the piece that's on his belt. But either way, I'm going to have this extra piece dangling here, and what is the purpose of that? And it's permanently connected with the wire, so I could, just rip it off, but I can't imagine that's what I'm supposed to do. So here's this Drake, everything's connected, but I just have this extra piece laying around for no reason. It doesn't connect. I mean, if it would like clip onto here and you wouldn't see it, maybe I'd understand, but I mean, it's just an extra piece for no reason. I don't know what is going on here. So he also has this spiky piece. This is almost like a bayonet at the end of a smart gun. This is something Neca just made up. This wasn't from the old Kenner figure at all. Here it is on the tip of his smart gun. And if you remove his bayonet, take this figure, flip it around to the back. He's got a little hole here on the back of his harness. Take this thing, shove it in there, and he can stow that away on his back. And you can take the previously released blast accessory and attach it to this guy's smart gun. And here are all the different smart gunners that are in my Neca collection. And then just a slightly closer look, 10 smart gunners. And here's the Neca Kenner Drake smart gun at the top, compared with the original Kenner Drake smart gun below. Notice there are no bayonet at the one from Kenner. Neca took their own liberties and added that, and I love that Neca does that sort of stuff. Now that we've taken a pretty good look at his accessories, next let's check out the height of this figure. So from bottom to top, this guy here is going to be sitting at right about 7.0 inches, and that's going to translate to about 18 centimeters. Next, let's check out this guy's articulation, and I chose to use the Drake without the harness to show that off, for what I believe to be obvious reasons. Now just a reminder, you are not supposed to remove the harness. Look at his waist here, a little bit of a gap there where the harness would cover it up. It is not supposed to come off. So anyway, starting with his head, you can rotate it around from side to side. Can tilt a little bit as well. You can look down about that far, up about that far. Arms are on ball joint with the shoulder. They can go out just below 90 degrees. Mine's very tight, you can hear it. It is ball joint side of there. Go up, down, around, all that good stuff. No bicep cut. Single jointed elbows and go in just about 90 degrees. They can rotate as well. His wrists can rotate around, and it's going to be hinged as well. He's got kind of a ball joint in his waist area at the top. Can rotate, but only about this far, and it's going to allow him to go in and out as well. Another ball joint in the middle here, and he can rotate quite a bit more and go forward and back more as well. But between the two of them, you get a pretty nice range of motion in this guy's torso. Legs are on a ball joint. They go in this far. They can move independently of the ball joint. He's got the soft material on his pants here. You can kind of see it getting pushed inside. I don't really like that too much. Then go forward about that far. Back, really not at all. Single jointed knees, less than 90 degrees, but not by too much. And they can rotate. Then his feet here, of course, they go up, then go down, and they can rotate. Can't really tilt too much, maybe just a hair. Next, let's check this guy out compared with some other action figures. First of all, here he is next to the original Kenner Drake. Boy, this guy's a lot smaller. It's about half the size of this new Neca Drake. And they have a lot of similarities. You can see the shoes. I can see why they made it that way. Kind of lighter camo pants. He's got the same harness with different kind of bullets on the front there. Got the radio on his head, headband, antenna. Here he is next to the Neca Kenner Rhino alien. This is the most recent Kenner alien that Neca has made. This guy is huge. Here he is next to the rest of the Neca Kenner humans they've made so far. We've got Apone, Ripley, Drake, and Vasquez. Some Kenner figures they have not made: Hudson, Hicks, O'Malley, Atax, and Bishop. I hope they get to all of them. And here he is next to the entire Aliens Kenner collection, at least the Xenomorphs. And here's a slightly better look at all the Kenner aliens from left to right. First, we've got the Alien Club 2019 exclusive alien, then the light blue big chap, then the Scorpion alien, and then the front there we've got the Gorilla alien and the Queen Facehugger, and then back to next to the Scorpion alien we've got the Snake alien and the Rhino alien, and the very back we've got the Mantis alien, and then we've got the Black Dome big chap. And here is the entire collection of Neca Kenner Predators figures and vehicle. And then with this guy thrown into the mix. And here's Drake with Vasquez. I've wanted to put a Smart Gunner Drake next to a Smart Gunner Vasquez for a long time. Unfortunately, this is exactly how I wanted to do it. I personally would much prefer to have a movie Drake release. And the fact that Mark was talking to Neca a year or so ago, I think that is a realistic possibility. These two guys are almost like partners in the film, and possibly even a couple. And here's Drake and Vasquez taking out a couple of Xenomorphs with their smart guns. Here are all the different Aliens movie figures they've made so far. We've got a total of 8 characters out of the potential 16 I'd like to see them make. Add in Kenner Space Marines, Drake and Apone, at least filler for now. Really hoping to see them make those 2 characters in legit movie form. And here's this Kenner Drake next to my custom movie Drake. I never actually finished this custom and probably never going to get around to actually doing so. Again, Vasquez's armor painted at black. He has a smart gun. He's got a flamethrower with a strap. He's got his head here, put a cap on backwards. He's got blonde hair, a lot shorter, more like the movie character. Of course, the flesh tone does not match the body at all. That's something I'd have to fix. Like I said, never finished him, and was thinking about popping that Drake head on this guy and seeing how that looks. So I went ahead and heated up the Kenner Drake figure, took the head off the Kenner body, put it onto my custom Neca Drake body. And I will say, I don't think it looks very good. The head almost looks too big for the body. The hat sure doesn't look right on this guy. I'm probably going to swap it back off, put the old head back on here, and use that as a filler until Neca finally gives us a movie Drake. Here he is next to a whole bunch of different custom Neca Marines. And then a closer look at all these custom Marines. It's just a small portion of my Marine army. Here he is next to a couple of ultimate xenomorphs from the film Aliens. And then next to a couple of ultimate predators. And next to a couple of engineers from Prometheus. So overall, this is a pretty cool figure. I like the way he turned out, but there definitely are some things I like and some things I don't like about him. Some things I don't like, I'd say the main one is that smart gun. The fact that it has that extra piece for no reason. If that piece wasn't there, you'd clamp it where it's supposed to be and it would look fine and work great. But now you're going to have that extra piece either tucked behind hiding or just dangling around. I just do not understand why that is even there. I'm also a little disappointed with his head. His head looks great for the Neca throwback figure, but I was really hoping it'd look more like the actor and I'd be able to pop it onto my custom figure and have a movie Drake that looks even better than what I have now. I almost think it looks worse, so I'm not going to use this head on that body. I do think Neca is going to give us a movie Drake eventually. They were very public about how they were in talks with this actor. Some things I do like about this figure. I must say I forgot how bad the old dinky Kenner figure looked. This guy looks way better. They took that old figure and made something really badass out of it. I even like the bayonet on top of his smart gun. It's not very practical, but it's cool. I like his camo pants. I like his harness. Overall, it's a pretty cool Kenner throwback figure. I really hope they give us the entire human collection from Kenner. So if I were to rate this figure, I think I give him a 7.5 out of 10. He's a cool figure. He looks good. I just really wish he was the movie version instead. So this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add it to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll talk to you guys real soon.